studio for our singer-songwriter series. We're coming to you from RCTV in Ripley, Mississippi, where the Delta meets Appalachia and the birthplace of America's music. With me today is Nashville recording artist Leah Rose. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. We really appreciate you coming down. It took us a minute to get the mics and all set up, but we're ready to go.
Yeah, we got
now.
to figure it out.
Yeah, we did get it figured out. So we really appreciate you. So we're going to be on television. We're going to be streaming. Tell our local audience and our audience out there on the internet a little bit about you.
Okay. Like you said, my name is Leah Rose. I've been performing. Well, I've been doing singing and performing for my family since I could walk. Since I was just barely crawling around, but actually performing and getting out on stage and stuff, I started that about 10 or 11 years ago, and I loved it, and I've been doing it ever since. And this year, I just released a song to do with honoring our veterans. And this song we actually released back in November of last year. But we paired up with 7 Days for the Troops, which is a charity organization that helps our veterans in need of housing and mobility needs, and really any need that a veteran could have, they try to help them out. And so I think they have a really great mission, so I really wanted to help them. So we ended up writing a song, and we partnered up with them. Like I said, the song was released in November of last year, but I just released a music video this past week for that song. So we've been trying to push that, and that's been the goal ever since.
Wonderful. So that's a great. I've seen the music video. The music video is great. You guys out there, be sure to check that out. You've got a lot of accolades besides that play. So you recorded your first album in 2016?
Yeah, actually it was recorded when I was 15 years old and released at 16. That was a 5-song EP actually, and a lot of those, I have a lot of friends and fans that will ask me to go back and play the Monkey song. I got a song on there called Hey Monkey, and of course I'm embarrassed about that one. But
a 15-year-old song that you got to play now is a little different.
No, it's a fun song, but it's not one that I'm like, yes, let's play that. But since then, I recorded a song back in 2018 called The Good Old Days. I wrote that song with my dad, and it was just about the way things used to be, and because the state of the world has changed so much.
Dramatic, yeah.
Yeah, even, that was just 40 years ago, and you hear about, and I'm only 23, but you hear about the times back then and the way things used to be, and it's like, personally, me, I long for those times where kids could, get out on the street on their bikes and stuff, and now you wouldn't dare let your kids do that.
Yeah, so I'm not even 40 yet. That's how I grew up, riding bikes and just out and about, so it's definitely a big change.
But so I've got my 5-song EP, and then I had The Good Old Days released, and now I have Send Me.
So, and you got lots of accolades that you got, multiple. I've seen multiple singer-songwriter awards, maybe that you won.
Yeah. I was actually nominated for 3 Josie Music Awards back in 2019 for my song "The Good Old Days." It was, Rising Star Female Vocalist of the Year, Video of the Year, and Country Music Song of the Year. And then I also won the Z98 Local Songwriting Competition for my song called "Love and Sunshine." And that was actually the writing was supposed to be for Down syndrome awareness. And that song, it was funny because me and my dad, we wrote it for my brother, who isn't Down syndrome, but he does have autism and just has a hard time kind of making friends and fitting in. And this was just a song that we felt would kind of lift his spirits and just make him feel better about himself and the world around him. And it just happened to fit World Down Syndrome or Down Syndrome awareness, and we entered it, and it won first place. And also back in 2017, I won the County Line Music Festival Songwriters competition with my song called "Ain't All There." So yeah.
Super. So did you start when you started playing music, playing guitar, singing? Did you immediately start writing music, or did it kind of you started writing music, or had you started writing music and then started performing? Which way did that go?
Whenever I first started playing guitar, of course, the goal was always to start writing. And I was actually in a group called Nashville Bound, and it was basically where they were trying to bring these young singers up and train them and teach them and bring them up into being singer-songwriters and stuff. And they always said, write, write, write. You need to write. That's the most important thing. And I actually had the hardest time writing whenever I first started. But I actually, I had been trying to write, like I said, for years. And in 2013, I had a pretty rough year. I lost two of my grandparents. And then on top of that, I lost a puppy that my grandfather gave me when my grandmother passed away. And, as silly as losing the puppy might seem to a 13-year-old, that's not silly. So that was actually the straw that broke the camel's back on my writing. It finally let me break through and put something down on paper. And as hard as that year was, I'm very thankful that it happened, because otherwise I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah, I got you. Sometimes it takes things like that to unlock the words.
Yeah.
Of course, you're saying y'all.
Yeah.
Not a lot of 13-year-olds are out writing and performing and
Yeah.
putting stuff together. Anyway, who are some of your influences in your songwriting or in your playing or musically?
Well, I would say that as far as musical influences, of course, I had a great guitar teacher, Johnny Frank Turman. He lives in Amory, Mississippi, and he did awesome with me. He taught me everything from Johnny Cash to Irish jigs to, just anything that would teach me a new skill on my guitar. So I kind of picked up a lot from that. And so I think really that my style of playing and performing is a mixture of all of that. But me personally, I think I pick up a lot after Miranda Lambert.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have that style, that vibe. I like Miranda Lambert, Jason Aldean, kind of like that hard rock and country vibe. And that's usually what I try to stick to. As far as my voice, I've had a lot of people tell me that I sound like Jewel. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know, but it's a big compliment.
That is a big compliment. You'll take that. Sounded like
I'll take that.
Sure, yeah. Also, so I kind of read about your bio a little. You've played all over the South, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the favorite places that you've played?
Oh, goodness. Well, like you said, I've performed at a lot of places over the years. Yesterday, I just performed at Hutch Place in Columbus, Mississippi. That's probably one of my favorite venues right now. I've also performed at the Frank Brown International Songwriters Festival. It stretches from Gulf Shores down into Perdido Key, Pensacola area. And I've performed a lot of really cool venues in that area. I performed out at Badlands Bar in Texas this past year. I went out with 7 Days for the Troops. They were doing a fundraiser there. They have like a big ranch. It's got a bar and everything, and they make a big weekend out of it. They have camping, and I think they even bring horses and stuff, and they have a shooting competition. And it's a really big thing there that they do. And so that was a really cool venue to play. They even dress up in old-time Western clothes, and it was really cool to play that. And then, let's see, I performed at the Tennessee River Run that Daryl Worley hosts every year.
Yeah.
I actually opened for him back in 2019, so that was really cool.
Yeah, I'd kind of seen that you had opened for a few, big name acts like Daryl Worley and all.
I was actually scheduled to open for John Anderson, but we got rained out. But hey, I claim it.
Yeah, that's good. And that was at the where was that?
That was going to be at the
Festival?
Amory Festival.
Yeah. So you talked about a show that you had last night. What are some of your upcoming shows that you have in the next month or two?
Yeah, let's see. This coming, tomorrow actually, Saturday, May 4th, I will be at Just Love Coffee Cafe in Tupelo, Mississippi. They're having a cars and coffee meet. They have the muscle cars and everything that come in, and they take up a little bit of the space there at Just Love, but then they also kind of overflow into the Outback Steak parking lot. So that's a really cool event. I've heard they also have some kind of Elvis event going on there that day too. So it's supposed to be really big. Really big. I plan to try.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm any good.
Try, really.
I'm not saying I'm any good at doing Elvis. That's a hard act to follow.
What time is that tomorrow?
That's going to be yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah, and then next week on Tuesday we are going to be at Sippy's Bar and Grill in Tupelo, Mississippi, also. But they are having a military and first responders appreciation night, and so that's supposed to be a lot of fun. I will be performing. They will have discounts for our military and first responders. So y'all come on out, veterans, active duty, whatever. We're just going to be glad to see you.
Wonderful. So you talked a little bit about it before your single "Send Me." How did you get tied in with 7 Days for the Troops for that? How did that all come about? Really?
So 7 Days for the Troops. Michaela Compton. She is a radio host. She used to be she used to be in Tupelo. She used to work at Z98, but she ended up moving out to California. But at the time, she was still living here in Tupelo, and she actually, I think Scott's the founder for 7 Days for the Troops. Scott had reached out to her to see if she knew of any like to format, because what Scott does is he builds a tag and whole days.
Yeah, we've done some. Articles on that.
He brought up to him, and he does that all raise money for our veterans. And so this one year, he was wanting to make the event a little bit bigger. He was wanting to bring performers in. So that's when he contacted Michaela. And Michaela got in contact with me and asked if I would be interested in doing that, of course. And so for the next few years after that, I kept doing this Tupelo event. And then one year, we mentioned to him that we wanted to help out more, just because my dad, he served in the Army National Guard for about 5 years, but he's saw the importance and the significance of honoring our veterans and our servicemen and our first responders. But he's really taught me the importance on that, and so I wanted to help Scott out more. So we asked him if there was anything else that we could do, and he ended up inviting us out that year to perform at, it was Fredericksburg, Texas. And so, we ended up going out that year to Fredericksburg, Texas, and then COVID hit, and, every off and stuff. Last year I back in Bush, Texas this year. That's where the Badlands Bar was, and I performed out there for him. And we've been wanting to help Scott out more with his mission for years, and so we've been trying to figure out a way to do that. And I said, well, what if we wrote a song that would help to promote his cause and his mission? And so we thought about it and thought about it and thought about it for probably a couple of years. And then it's actually July 4th when this happened. I guess we just had to hear it. Ended up sitting down and write a song. It took maybe 15 minutes to write. It just fell out of our pens, the guitar.
hear?
Yeah. So I'm on all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. But I really encourage everyone to go to my website, therealleahrose.com. That's where you'll find not only my most recent song, but you'll also find my music video for Send Me. I really encourage everybody to go look at that because we're trying to push this cause, push this mission, and help our veterans. But also my other songs are also on there, and I also encourage everybody to go check out my Facebook, which is Leah Rose Music. You can also find the video on there, and I know we were talking about my songs, but I'm so excited. Um, and now close to 7 uh, between Facebook and YouTube, and continue to share because, like I said, I usually, you know, make things about helping our veterans.
Play that for us here today, is that right?
Yes, yeah, sure.
Well, this is Leah Rose. That's all we got for the interview portion. She's going to play us a little music. It's going to take us just a moment to get set up, but she'll be back with you. Thank you so much, Leah,
Thank
and
you.
let's get set up.
Thank
Thanks. Then
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned here during the interview portion, we got a veteran that we raise money for that he had.
He's trying to make things better when he's at work.
From a bloody son to watch an army leave with his son to go face God would it take, and if you'll let take his place, big say I've been in that place. Still got back from and go bed, honey. I'm what is born. Can't stand the thought of you in that net. But as far as I can see, it's what I was built. Back to never change. Simplify. This will depend. Oh, I've been born in that. Send me. I'll go there so they won't ever change. Send me. Send me. Send me. Thank you guys so much. I really encourage everyone to get the real lyrics on my and please check out my Rose music. Not only is this song and this video on there, but also book and help one of our veterans that are in need. And he is in he's kind of in an emergency situation, and we're really trying to help him. So I hope that you will help us help him.